Hi guys, it's Kim again. Just doing a little video for the quad muscles. So that's these muscles at the front of your legs. In other videos we've looked at muscles that target the hamstrings at the back, target the core, the shoulders, the biceps and triceps. So here we go with our quads little video demo. So we're going to start with real simple squats. So for squats, what we need to do is just stand with our feet slightly either hip width or slightly wider, depending on what's most comfortable for you. We definitely don't want to be in nice and narrow. We want to be good hip width apart. And with this, we want our toes pointing directly forwards or even just slightly outwards. Again, feeling what's comfortable for you guys. The most important thing about our squats though is that our kneecap, so that's right on the front here, the patella, that needs to stay nice and in line with our big toe. So what I mean by that is that when you do a squat, your knees need to go out over your toes. So, sorry, just exaggerating with my fingers there. Not in. So if you've got a little bit of a wobble with your squat and you're not concentrating, then do it in front of a mirror. So good feedback, and really watch where those kneecaps go. Make sure that they go nicely out over your toes. You want a good 12 squats really in part of a set. For some of you this might be quite easy. What you want to do is try and not overly bend forwards with your back. You want to keep your back nice and straight as much as you can. Really push up through the heels as you come up. Push, 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 and squeeze the bottom at the end, which will just give a nice finish to the exercise. You can make this harder in lots of different ways. Remember your tins from the other exercises or your hand weights. You can hold them down by your sides. You can hold them up at shoulder level. You can hold them up above your head. Whichever you feel makes it just slightly harder, go for it. Again, do 12 and 3 sets of them with a 1 to 2 minute break in between each set. If you want to make it even harder, you can pick up your Dynaband or your TheraBand if you've got it and give that a real good squeeze, again out in front or above you. I'm going to do out in front. This just allows me to work those muscles behind my shoulders as well as my squats. If you do have some different weights at home, then yes, you can use them. Be sensible about it. Start with the lighter weights first and move up. So that's the typical squat. You can change up the squat and make it trickier by having a longer pause at the bottom or by lowering slowly. So instead of just dropping down and coming back up, you can drop down 1, 2, 3, pause and up. So drop 1, 2, 3, pause and up. Lengthen the pause at the bottom, lengthen the drop. See how you go. Have an experiment, see what works, what is harder. You can also try some squat holds. So we're going to go down and we're going to hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and up. Try 10 of those. See how you go. You might have to start with 5 and build it up till you can do 10. But those are some different variations of the squat. Another exercise that we can do for our quad muscles is the lunge. Real simple. Again, working on that hip width apart principle, and again making sure our kneecap is going to line up with our big toe when we lunge down and not drift inwards or outwards. So we're just going to step forwards, making sure we're stepping that hip width apart and we're not stepping across ourselves. That will make us unbalanced. So we're going to step forwards, bend my knee and come back up and step back. So forwards, bend, up and back. Now you can do 10 on the same leg and then swap to the other, or you can alternate and do 20 because you're doing one on each leg and you're swapping. And sometimes it's just easier to keep counting rather than to count for just one leg. So you can give those a try. Again, you can make it harder by holding your tins or your hand weights. You can make it harder by walking the length of your lounge in a lunge. So you would do several steps. I'm going to walk off camera this way. So I'm lunging and carrying on for the length of the lounge. You would then turn around and you would lunge back. You might do there and back as a one set. You might repeat, depending on the length of your lounge. But see how it goes. One final variation for the quads would be a side lunge. So I'm going to keep everything facing forwards. That's my shoulders, my hips, and my toes. And bend that knee and come back. So I'm going out, bend, and back. Equally, if you don't find that very comfortable, you can turn your foot out, as long as you're keeping your shoulders and your hips facing forwards. So all I'm doing is slightly turning my foot out and coming back. See what works best for you. Again, none of these exercises should cause you any pain. They should feel fatiguing. They should feel like your muscles are working, but they certainly shouldn't cause you any pain. If they do, please stop. Please get in touch and we can discuss how to make the exercise easier for you or adapt it. Have fun with these guys, see what different variations you can come up with, but remember the key principles: shoulders straight, hips straight, knees go out over toes. Stay safe and have fun.